Hi everyone, welcome to today's video review. I have the Green Ranger remastered figure from the Power Rangers Lightning collection. Most of you guys probably know what the remastered figures are, but for those who don't know, so basically, Hasbro, they created these Power Rangers Lightning collection remastered figures. So basically, these Mighty Morphin Power Ranger figures is supposed to closely resemble the ones from the show. Like they have like the small little details painted. They have like, their own little markers like personalized, and their helmets, whenever they're screwed up initially, it's supposed to match one on one with the TV show. And even like the civilian helmets, they put in a little bit of work to make them look more accurate. So it's actually really cool and a huge improvement. So here I have the Green Ranger, and before I start, I want to say I did do the Pink Ranger review, but I didn't realize how soft the audio was. And I decided to do this review because I ended up getting Black and the Yellow Ranger. I still haven't decided if I wanted to compile them in one review or if I wanted to do separate ones for each of them. But because, Green Ranger is like the sixth Ranger and he's really cool, I was like, you know what, he deserves his own review. So I thought I'll do this review and get it out of the way. And I'll decide how I want to do the rest of the review. And his Green Ranger box. Aside from like a few scenes ever without the shield, so he does look a bit weird. So this is what he looks like. We have the picture of the Green Ranger, and on the side we have the Green Ranger with his dragon dagger. We have these really cool, huge green effects there. This is what the side looks like, and really cool picture of all six Power Rangers. And this is what the back looks like. You see a nice legend. I really love how they did Tommy's head. I mean, it's not like they really screwed up Tommy's head to begin with, but they always managed to get Tommy almost spot on. It looks really cool. So you get over here like these effect pieces for the figure. You get the the candle here. I'm guessing that's the candle from when he lost his powers. You have the blade blaster in all three different modes, the holster mode, the blade mode, and the gun mode. I mean, technically, he never used the blade blaster, so I guess it's good accessories for another one of your Mighty Morphin figures. You have like the gold power morpher, and it's cool that they actually remembered and they gave us a small little gold accessory instead of making like a silver morpher. You get over here. Oh wow, he actually gets five hands from what I can see. It shows one, two, three, four, five hand attachments. You get the Green Ranger helmet, and Dragon Dagger there. So they actually went a little bit all out for his accessories. That's what it looks like. And on the side there, we have a nice picture of the Green Ranger figure holding his morpher. Overall, it's such an amazing box. You know what these boxes remind me of? They remind me of the earlier 90s Power Ranger Morpher boxes. I don't know if you guys remembered. Bandai of America, they would release the Morphers in similar white boxes like this. So here's what the Green Ranger looks like out of the packaging. And I must say, he looks amazing. I love the Tommy head. He looks so much like Tommy, and the Green Ranger helmet. They finally fixed that helmet. It looks exactly like the one from the TV show. And for accessories, let me just show you guys. We have this dragon dagger. We have this really nifty power morpher. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they put in a lot of work for that morpher. It looks so beautiful. I love that they remembered and they gave us the gold morpher. It's such a tiny accessory that you would think that it would just go along with the gray, thinking that nobody would notice. You have five attachment hands. So you have this hand here. That's the other hand you would use for the morpher to give that morphing effect. So it's like that. You have the you get two fisted hands. which in my opinion are pretty useless. Unless like you put them in fighting poses, that's the only time they would come in handy. You have the hand that holds the morpher, which is this one right here. And finally, you have this hand here. You have this candlestick here. This is from that episode where the Green Ranger lost his powers. You get these really cool effect pieces for the figure. Honestly, if you get all 6 Rangers, make for a really nice display, and this effect piece will really like bring them out. One thing I noticed is that they changed the holster. The holster is actually smaller than the initial Green Ranger that we got. Let me show you guys a close-up of Tommy. He looks really cool. And I'll show you guys the Green Ranger helmet. As you can see, they've gotten rid of that gap. Do you guys remember from like, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago? There was that helmet that was released. I can't remember that was floating around everywhere. It had a lot of gap, and it looked like this helmet was smiling. And I can't remember that helmet had like nickname. I think it was called like Smiley Green Range. I can't even remember what it was. But yeah, that was funny. But I'm so glad they fixed it this time around. It looks so nice. Now let's check out the articulation. It's pretty standard. So you have the chest articulation. You can like expand the chest with the hands, or you can like move it up, down, move the head. The hands, you can move it side to side. 360 articulation at the shoulder. Bend it at the elbows. You can move his glove. The legs, you can move it side to side, 360 articulation up here. Double jointed knees. Yeah, mine is a little bit stiff over here. You can move its boot or his boot. And you have the feet here that you can move around. So that's pretty much it for the Green Ranger and his accessories. All right, and I didn't show you guys. He comes with his Blade Blaster accessories. So in good mode, with the blade, and holster mode. It's weird that he came with these because I kind of recall him ever using it. Plus, he wouldn't even have a Blade Blaster to use even if he wanted to, unless he borrowed one from one of the other Rangers. But hey, it's always cool to have extra accessories. So that's pretty much it for the accessories. So let's check out Tommy's face. Honestly, they did a remarkable job on Tommy. They got him really well. Honestly, finding a picture without that green headband, I'm a picture of Ron's Green Ranger days. It's kind of hard, and also with like a very like normal expression. He's always doing something, either smiling or his mouth is wide open, trying to morph. So just found a basic picture to compare him with. Honestly, they did an amazing job. Only difference, if you want to nitpick, is maybe like the hairline and the face on the actual Tommy, longer and thinner. But overall, like the entire face, like nose, mouth, they did a decent job. The only thing is, like the picture that I chose isn't very good because he has kind of squinting, whereas his eyes being open. So it's just so hard to find like a normal like picture of him during those days. But yeah, I noticed they've been really good to Tommy with his facial expressions. They've gotten all of Tommy faces spot on. Only one is, I believe, actually no, I lied. Dino Thunder Black and Zeo Red. Those two, like, yeah, they could have improved on those. But overall, for this Victorian base, they've been really good. So here I have both Tommies. And one thing I noticed is that the older Green Ranger figure on the right, the green is actually of a darker shade, and the new remastered one used more of a lighter shade. So as you guys can see that here's the two holsters that I was talking about, significantly bigger, I mean longer and thinner on the original Green Ranger. And also, I think they did that because they gave us like blade blasters, I think, so that the blade blaster can fit as well. Yeah, that's what they look like. So one thing I did notice though, like he has armbands up over here. I guess he doesn't have the armbands because his shield is off. I think that's why. I think oh yeah, because I do remember the red remastered figure had these armbands up over here, so it does make sense. And let me actually show you guys a close up of both the heads, because if I zoom in, it kind of distorts it. So I'll just bring it up close so you guys can see both the figures, what they look like. Here's a close up. I really like the first head as well, but if I were to choose, I'm gonna go with the newer Tommy figure. Because with this one here, I don't like how they gave him these, like, I don't know if you call them bangs under the eyes, and it kind of distorts the eyes a little bit. This one, like, cleared that up, but I do love the green band that they gave this Tommy here. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. There you have it, the two Green Rangers. I tried to see if I can remove the shield to put it on this one, but it's not possible. And one thing that I did notice, maybe you guys already knew this, I didn't. Underneath the shield, I don't know if you guys can tell, there's actually no design there. I thought he would have diamonds, but he does not have that. And take note here, so the Morpher, it looks really cool in this one, of course, because it like filled it all in. Here, they didn't really fill in the Morpher. But pretty much other than that, and the holsters being different, they're pretty identical. So the very first Tommy we got wasn't too bad. Here's both Tommies with their helmets on. I don't know if you guys can tell, the gap in between the visor is a little bit bigger in this helmet compared to this one here. They finally fixed it. Let me show you guys a close up so you guys can see properly. This original figure on the right, it always stood out for me as jarring, and also like they didn't spread out the helmet. Kind of the helmet kind of looks squished. That's another reason. This one here, they took their time with the remastered figure. I love that helmet so much. So major points to this Green Ranger here. And one thing that I give both of them props for, that changing the heads is super easy and it's not even like a challenge. It's comparison time, so let's look at the Green Rangers. First thing that I noticed from the show Green Ranger is that it's using the wrong helmet. There's way too much gap going on. The helmet is not supposed to have that much of a gap. So Lightning Collection actually has the correct helmet. So I'm skeptical. I don't think this is from the TV show. It might be like a fan suit because I don't think the TV show ever used the incorrect helmet. And also, that what I like is that in the show, the black lines aren't so pronounced. They're a little bit discreet. And even the belt is fatter. So you can kind of like make out the details in the morpher a lot better in the actual show suit. And also the holster is more accurate in the TV show. So we got the first Green Ranger have the accurate holster compared to the Lightning Collection remastered version. And I'm trying to see if there's any other difference. Oh yeah, the chest diamond is much more larger and pronounced on the Green Ranger suit compared to the figure. But overall, Hasbro did an amazing job capturing the Green Ranger in the remastered version. There's only like small little nitpicks here and there, but they did an amazing job here. Here's the Green Ranger with the Morpher. Hopefully, in a second morph, he'll get his shield. But it was surprisingly easy with this figure. to get the morphing pulse, because when I did try with the Pink Range, it was kind of hard. It had to do with her stiff hands, I guess. This is what it looks like. It looks really cool. I like these miniature morphers that they gave us. So we have reached the end of this video, and I must say I'm very happy with this figure. I don't know if I would say this is the best Mighty Morphin figure that we've gotten so far, because I still have yet to get red, and red looks pretty impressive. So still have to see which one's the best. It's funny because when I got my Pink Ranger yesterday, I was thinking like, oh, these are so expensive. Like I would never and would not want to buy these again because already have the first edition figures. And I was thinking like it's only worth getting them if our first edition figures there's something wrong with them or there's an accuracy issue. But honestly, now I'm like, you know what? Um, I would love to have the remastered figures, all of them. And I actually decided I'm gonna sell my first edition Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin figures. I can own these because they're so accurate and their helmets are just freaking amazing. Like with this Green Ranger, they took the little defects in the very first Green Ranger, which was the visor gap, and all this wasn't a big issue. It was just Tommy. They improved upon Tommy's face there. So yes, I would highly recommend this figure. If you're a Tommy fan, if you're a Mighty Morphin fan, if you're a Power Rangers fan, I would say this is an amazing figure to own. So that's pretty much my video, and thank you guys so much for watching. And oh yeah, that's right, for prices. I almost skipped that part there. So if you're living in Canada, these figures are 49.99. However, if you have the Edge Rewards card, you can get them from GameStop for 45.99, which you can save a little bit. As for the Green Ranger, would hit GameStop right now. I think they just arrived recently. That's why I was able to get them today. So I would say go for it. If you're in the US, these figures are selling for 33.99. You have a lot more options. That's like Big Bad Toy Store. There's Entertainment Earth. I think Hasbro Pulse is still pre-order. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, if you guys can get your hands on these, and I would say go for it and sell your initial Lightning collection figures, the Mighty Morphin editions. These figures are totally worth it.